This tax season at Boost Mobile, when you buy 6 months on our best unlimited plans, we will give you the next 6 months for free.
Plus, enter to win up to $10,000 and double your tax refund.
Your refund, your rules. Requires upfront payment. Taxes and fees extra. Terms and exclusions apply. Visit boostmobile.com for full offer terms and sweeps details.
On today's Smart 7, European leaders rally around Ukraine, Gaza ceasefire on the brink, and much more. It's Tuesday, 25th of February. It's Spay Day, and happy birthday, Jamila Jamil.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Monday marked 3 years since Russian troops rolled across the border into Ukraine and made a push to take Kyiv in 3 days. Putin's plan failed, and the war has rumbled on ever since, with hundreds of thousands of casualties on both sides. 13 world leaders travelled to Kyiv on Monday to support embattled President Zelensky in a show of solidarity, including the Swedish, Danish and Spanish PMs and Canadian PM Justin Trudeau. President Zelensky was grateful for the support and keen that Russia be held to account.
We'll never forget it, and we can't forget it. I hope that our partners on the same page with us, and not only hope, I see it, that people who began this war, who unprovoked, will answer.
Russian President Putin was busy blaming Zelensky for getting in the way of the peace talks between Russia and the US, but EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen was unimpressed.
The war in Ukraine remains the most central and consequential crisis for Europe's future. Putin is trying harder than ever to win the war on the ground. His goal remains Ukraine's capitulation, and we know what could happen next, because it has already happened before.
While European leaders gathered in Kyiv, French President Emmanuel Macron was in Washington, meeting with US President Trump at the White House. It was a delicate diplomatic mission, complete with the classic arm-wrestling handshake, and Macron gently but firmly corrected Trump on a number of points. He emphasised that Russia should pay the price for starting the war, and corrected the US president when he asserted that Europe had loaned money to Ukraine, pointing out that it was in fact donated. Trump remained fixated on getting the deal for Ukraine's rare earths completed and taking credit for the peace talks.
We're helping Ukraine like nobody's ever helped Ukraine before. And I can say this, if I didn't become president, Ukraine would right now still be at a level where there would be no even thinking about a peace.
Trump called for Europe to play a more central role in Ukraine's security, as the idea of a European peacekeeping force seems to be gaining traction. It's a positive setup for UK PM Keir Starmer, who is due to meet Trump on Thursday.
This is a time for unity. In this crucial moment, as talks begin, we must work together to shape the outcome. Russia does not hold all the cards in this war.
The ceasefire in Gaza looked increasingly fragile on Monday as Israel continued its refusal to release over 600 Palestinian prisoners, which was scheduled to happen on Saturday. It's because of rising Israeli anger over the process that Hamas used to release the bodies of 4 Israeli hostages last week, and with 4 more bodies due to be returned this week, tensions are high. That release marks the last phase of the current ceasefire agreement, but it's looking unlikely that the talks or the second phase will go ahead if the standoff continues. Israeli spokesman David Mencer had a stark warning.
Let me make this clear on behalf of the State of Israel. Israel will not overlook the inhumane, the degrading, ceremonies that humiliate our hostages for propaganda.
Germany's election on Sunday has created a new political landscape in Europe, with the far-right AfD seeing record support and a collapse for former Chancellor Olaf Scholz's Social Democrats. Talks are due to begin on a coalition, and with the conservative CDU as the biggest party, they'll have the casting vote on who joins them, but it won't be the AfD. CDU leader Friedrich Merz, the most likely next chancellor, was standing firmly with Ukraine on Monday and warning that it is 5 minutes to midnight for Europe, as he hopes to wean Germany off a dependence on the US. Meanwhile, former Chancellor Scholz addressed supporters and expressed his thanks.
For me, it was a great honour. It was an honour to win the last general election. I was responsible at the time for the success, but now, of course, I'm also responsible for the defeat. That's something I want to emphasise.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, Eric Ten Hag is back and we pay tribute to a Grammy-winning icon right after this.
Opinions will always differ, and so they should, because everyone draws from different influences. Parents, peers, politics, education, media, culture. What you believe depends on who you believe. Financial Times readers know that their opinions are reliable because they're shaped by trusted journalism. Robust opinions. Confident decisions. Source, FT. To subscribe, go to ft.com/sourceft.
Welcome back.
There's a host of midweek Premier League games this week before the FA Cup 5th round gets underway across the weekend. That means Man United are in action against Ipswich on Wednesday and then against Fulham on Sunday, but things are sounding tough at Old Trafford. The club has been losing money and part owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe has announced a series of cuts, including a potential 200 redundancies and measures like shutting the staff canteen. They'll also have to sell players this summer before they can bring in any reinforcements for new manager Ruben Amorim. Recent United manager Erik ten Hag is about to pop up on Dutch football pod Seg Stories, and in a preview clip, he sounds like he still misses his old job.
If there's one thing I miss, it's Old Trafford. You're always working towards a dot on the horizon, but you never get to the horizon. We've had many highs, but there is always room for improvement, and good is not enough. You can do better.
The SAG Awards on Sunday night paid off for Bridgerton fans as Nicola Coughlan and Luke Newton spilled some details on what to expect in Season 4 of the period drama. Nicola and Luke were the stars of Season 3 as they found love, and Nicola picked up a nomination for Best Female Actor in a Drama Series. Season 4 is apparently a Cinderella story, which will see Benedict Bridgerton find love, and Nicola says stars Luke Thompson and Yerin Ha make a very romantic couple. Her on-screen husband Luke Newton was busy spilling the beans about a new addition to the cast, their Bridgerton baby.
It's great fun this season, you know. Nick and I, we get to explore happily married life. We have a baby, so, you know, that always throws us...
Who does the baby look most like?
I think it's a really good combination, probably more like Nick. I think it does look like Nick. And it's got the red hair, you know, we had to have that.
Monday saw the death of classically trained pianist and multiple Grammy winner Roberta Flack, who died at age 88. She'd been diagnosed with motor neurone disease in 2022 and had been unable to perform in recent years. She was probably most famous for her hit Killing Me Softly, which was later covered by the Fugees, but her first big hit was The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, which was #1 in the US for 6 weeks exactly 52 years ago. Flack was also the first woman to win consecutive Grammys, with double wins in 1973 and 1974, followed by a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2020. She was also a passionate educator with her own music school in New York. Rest in peace, Roberta.
I'm honest and sincere and reliable and confident and ambitious and generous and an animal lover and a children lover and a people lover and a world lover, and I can sing.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day.
Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
To make switching to the new Boost Mobile risk-free, we're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
So why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Because you have nothing to lose. Boost Mobile is offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
No, I asked why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Oh.
Wouldn't.
Because you love wasting money as a way to punish yourself because your mother never showed you enough love as a child?
Whoa. Easy there.
Yeah.
Applies to online activations. Requires port in and auto pay. Customers activating in stores may be charged non-refundable activation fees.